What's up, pre-algebra students? This is lesson 14, and our objective for today is how do you evaluate an equation and solve by inspection. So by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to do that. Let's go ahead and get some terms out of the way. The first one is constant, a value that does not change or that is known. Like we for sure know what the value is, kind of like 7, 8, or negative 42. Those are numbers that whenever we see the 7, we always know that represents 7. So that's something that doesn't change. A variable is a value that may change or is not known. We use letters to represent these like X, S, or Q, or really just any letter you want for those. So those are what we call variables. To evaluate is to substitute a constant, so maybe like 2 or 3, a number, for a variable and calculate the results. And that's, at least for now. Later on we'll be substituting in other variables and things like that. But that's more Algebra 1, Algebra 2 pre-calc stuff. But for now, just to evaluate means to plug in a number for a variable and then to evaluate or calculate the results. So let's see if we can try this. This is pretty much just like example 2, and it says the perimeter of a rectangle uses this equation. The perimeter is equal to 2L plus 2W. And then it says find P when L is equal to this and W is equal to this. So let's just start calculating. But before we do that, we need to remember something, our thought bubble here. What does this symbol right here mean? That's right. That means equals. It means what's on this side is the same as what's on this side. These two are equal. They're the same. So if L is equal to 10, that means I can put 10 wherever I see an L. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So we're trying to find out what P is equal to whenever L is equal to 10 and whenever W is equal to 11. So notice I wrote this exact same equation, but instead of L, I wrote 10 because L is the same thing as 10. And instead of W, I wrote 11. Because W is the same thing as 11. And now I just need to simplify this down. 2 times 10 is 20. 2 times 11 is 22. So that means my perimeter is going to be 42 units, whatever it is, but it didn't specify in this equation. Alright, a couple more terms. An equation is a mathematical sentence stating that two quantities are equal. So there's going to be an equal sign in an equation. And a solution is a number, at least for now we're dealing with numbers, that makes the equation true whenever you plug it in for the variable. So here is our equation. It is dealing with a taxi cab. The total cost is $2 plus $3 per mile. And again, read example 2 if you want a better explanation of that. So here we go. We're going to try to solve this. It says, if you have $15, how far can you go? So what we're going to do is we're going to plug 15 in for the cost, right? We'll plug $15 in for the cost, and we're going to see how many miles we can go for just $15. So then we have 3m, that's what we're looking for, is number of miles, plus 2 is equal to 15. So what we're going to do is subtract 2 from both sides because we're trying to get that m by itself. So I'm going to have 3m is equal to 13. And then I'm going to divide by 3 to get that m by itself. So that means m is equal to, well, let's see what that is. What is 13 divided by 3? It goes into that 4 times. 4 is 12. Subtract 1. So 4 and 1, sorry, a third. So 4 and 1/3 miles. Alright, looking at part B. It says, how much will it cost to go 50 miles? So notice this is talking about miles, and they're wanting to know the cost. So we are going to plug in this 50 in for m. So we're going to have 3 times 50 plus 2 is equal to c. Well, 3 times 50 is 150 plus 2. So that means 152 is equal to c, that total cost. So I would say $152. If you want to add the cents on there, feel free. Okay, that's the basic idea on how to substitute in values and find solutions. So the last thing we're going to do is just solving by inspection. So on these we could maybe write our work or show our work. We're just going to figure this out mentally. And these are from your practice set. This is not all of them, there's just some of them. Some number plus 5 is equal to 16. So I'm thinking, what number plus 5 would give me 16? Well, 11. W would equal to 11, because 11 plus 5 is equal to 16. This one I'm going to take some number, subtract 6, and get 18. Some number, subtract 6, get 18. So that's going to be, really I'm thinking 18 plus 6, which is going to give me m is equal to 24. For G here, it says 5 times a number gives me 30. Well, I know 5 times 6 gives me 30, so it means that x must be 6. I'm taking a number, I'm dividing it by 4, and I'm getting 8. So what number, when I divide it by 4, gives me 8? Or really, I'm thinking, what is 8 times 4? So that means my D is going to be 32. It's a really horrible D, but you get the idea. Alright, J and K are maybe a little bit more complicated, but I'm trying to think what number, whenever I double it and take 1 away, will I get 10? Well, think about what number would I double and get really, really close, and get 9. What number would I double what number could I double and get really close to 9? Well, 10's really close to 9, so if I doubled 5, I'd get 10. If I take it away, I get 9. Take 1 away, I get 9. So that means my A is equal to 5, because whenever I double it, I get 10. Whenever I take 1 away, I get 9. Let's try this one over here. I'm going to say 3 times a number, take 1 away, I get 20. So 3 times what number is going to give me a number close to 20? I think of 3 times 7, that would give me 21. And that works out great because whenever I take 1 away from it, it gives me 20. So that means my F is equal to 7. Alright, that brings us to the end of the lesson. Your homework is on page 94. You're going to do all of them from 14, all of them from 13, and 6 more of your choice. Good luck. I am super excited to see 100% on your homework.